Hey, this is pretty cool. Wait a minute.
Welcome to Eric C's channel. Eric is now going to dance to this disco.
The hell you say? I don't fucking think so. Hey everybody, welcome back, and we're going to start working on the Ibanez SZ520 quilted maple top. So as you heard, the pickups do work. The pots are a little bit scratchy. I got a way to fix that, so that's not a big deal. But these pickups, it sounds pretty good. The guitar's in tune right now. I have not changed anything on it besides just tuning it and kind of giving a little bit of a sound demonstration. So what I want to do first is kind of look at a few things as far as measurements go of where things are sitting right now. And pretty simple, pretty easy, not a big deal, but kind of something that I like to do. Started doing it, kind of a comparison of a before and after. So right now what I want to check out is kind of like the string action height, and I'm going by inches. So I'm looking at a little bit over 5/64 on the low side, and right on a 16th on the high side. So that's pretty good, and that's at the 12th fret. One thing I noticed about the fret markers on this guitar too is I don't know if they use the same material that they would use for inlays, but yeah, they kind of have like a greenish type color. At first I thought they glue in the dark, and they don't. But anyways, action height at the first fret, I can already tell you is pretty fucking high, and I can tell you exactly how high it is in a minute. So right now I have a no line. No, where are you? Alright, so here is a 25 or a 0.025, and slides right underneath it without even having to pushing the string up. So that right there is going to be fixed. And let's see my capo. Let's see what I got as far as relief goes. Now I like the 12,000s, so I'll get my 12,000s. Let's see where this puppy is sitting at. So I'm around about the 17th fret, basically where the body meets the neck, and that's way too high. So the string is really high off of the shim. So right now I'm going to detune it and start stripping things down on it. Now I do have to work on this nut. I've noticed that the strings and this nut are basically kind of making that little clicking sound, and you hear ding every time you try to tune it up, just like that. So I do have to work on this nut. Yeah, it looks like they might have put 10s in this thing. Comes out to be a 46. 10 to 46, that's 10s, right? Right. I don't even know if this thing was intonated properly or not. I really don't care because I'm going to end up redoing everything anyways. This bridge needs to be cleaned. Alright, so there's the bridge. Really not too fancy at all. And you set your intonation over here, and it'll slide each one of these saddles up and down. And there's some crap inside there I gotta remove. Put my finger underneath here and kind of wedge underneath there a little bit. So like that. Get this one started here, underneath there. Alright, those are our knobs. They're taken off. I gotta clean those really good. Let's see what we got in the back over here. My screwdriver. There's rubbing compound in all the screws. There's all the cracks. I mean, this thing has been, somebody went nuts. Nice and clean in there, huh? Pretty good, not too bad. It's been shielded. And I like these switches. It's got a box switch in there, but Ibanez is pretty good for doing that on some of their guitars. So there is a, well, they got this tight in here, man. So you got your ground. It's probably a 5th wire in there with the ground. So you got your ground, you got your output, and then you have your switch. And on this one, they have the black ground and the output wire together, and your white is your output. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Now, at this point, what I want to do is I'm actually going to take a picture of all this, because when I solder this back up, I want to be able to match everything the way it was. Alright, so I got the picture that I need, and what I'm going to end up doing is basically desoldering these wires. So I got my trusty soldering pencil. Did they shield the inside? Oh yeah, they did. Wow, nice. Plug this in, get my little stand out. I might need the little sucky toy. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to strip this thing down so I can buff it out really good. Alright, so am I going to be able to slide that in there? Or is it not going to let me? There you go. That was pretty simple. These are kind of bent out a little bit too far. Bend these in a little bit. There you go. Just a little bit. That's better. Alright, so that's done. Go ahead and loosen up everything else over here. wonder if I can use this. Oh yeah, nice. So let's see, what did they put on here to make this a washer? Interesting. Well, this is for this. It's got a little key in there, and there's a notch over here. But I don't understand why it's got a little bit of a bend to it. But as you can see, the white over here, it's all rubbing compound. Now, these here I'm going to have to use a wrench on, probably a 10 mil. Nope, not a 10 millimeter. Probably a standard. Alright, so I need a flat screwdriver. These are going to want to spin on me. Alright, so they got locking washers in here. Don't want to lose those. And the locking washer was just on the volume. Alright. Oh, here's the other one. Volume and tone. Didn't have washer on here. No, they just had another nut. Alright, so I want to disconnect. This one here. Should be pretty hot by now. You tighten up the damn tip of the fucking soldering gun. Alright, now this is the bridge ground, which right now I can disconnect that. And the way I'm going to disconnect that is just cut it. Makes it a lot easier. A B, and an A. So they got an A for audio taper on the tone. Unplug the soldering gun. Don't need that. So the only thing I don't like about this fucking paint, shielding paint, gets all over your fucking hands. Surprised they put longer screws in the bridge pickup. Alright, these guys are marked bridge. It's an HB 103B, and it says Duncan Ibanez on it. Nice little pickups. Put those off to the side, don't want to lose them. And it's, yeah, Duncan Ibanez. This one says neck on it. Pretty shabby. Alright, so let's see inside the. It looks pretty good inside there. It looks like it's messed up. Alright, so now I want to get rid of these tuners. Take them off. Take the truss rod cover off first. Looks like someone tried to maybe try to tighten these. And when I did, they hit it over here and went this way with it. So I'm thinking that's what happened with these tuners as far as the scratch that's on the back of the headstock. I had to get this fretboard cleaned up bad. Alright, so give me my 10 mil because I think that's what these are. Yep, that's what they are. Alright, she's pretty much stripped out. I could probably pull these out. The only thing I don't like about pulling these out is that when you put them back in, they're not as tight as they were the first time. So I can sand around those with no problem, and when I do the buffing, they're not going to be in the way and everything will be fine. But I do want to clean out all of this rubbing compound in here and, you know, clean this up a little bit. There's no more I can take off besides the strap locks, and that's about it. So I can start doing some wet sanding on this. And you see a couple of dimples here, here, and here. So that's some ding marks in there, and they'll kind of go a little bit away when I start doing the sanding. The edges are pretty good. There's a little nick right here, but it's not through the finish. And there's a little bit something going on right here, like a little scratch, I guess. But every place else looks okay. So that's it for now. Stripped her down, get her ready for doing some wet sanding on her. I picked up some 1500, 2000, 2500, and 3000 grit sandpaper. I'm going to start this off with the 1500, and that'll be enough cut. I did pick up some 600, but I'm not going to go, I don't have any 800 grit sandpaper, so the 600 is going to be a pain in the ass to sand out the scratches without the 800, so you'll be sanding for a while. So what I'm going to do is basically just start her off.